I don't care. I am here. I am in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and it is 5:48 in the evening, and I have to keep reminding myself it already is getting darker sooner. No more 8:30, sunsets. But I had to go live at least for a few minutes and show you all how awesome and cool it looks. Speaking of cool, it's way cooler this evening also. I saw it's like in the 70s. So it's happening. It's happening. It's gonna get cold. But yeah, this has to be Nepicity because of where it's located and a lot of factors. And I'm partial to Nepicity, so everybody has their favorites, but I'm quite sure for that reason right there, those lines right there, and those bands right there, and yeah, but that would mean like A2 starts right here, so I'm facing east, northeast, southeast, all that direction. Yeah, anyway, look at it. Then Uri and company, Atu's moon and Ice Adam's moon. Anyway, you can see it's a full house. So, hope you all are doing well, whoever is out there. Wow, look at this. Wow, look at that. It does look like there's way more. Well, we already know there is way more than one sun, and then there's more than two suns. I mean, there is two suns, and asteroids. They make illuminations as well, so it can get confusing because we know two suns and we know asteroids. Hey, Rick, how are you? Hey. Let's see. It dropped back down. Where am I? I'm in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Hey, Jesus. I see you. Hi, how are you? I wonder what it looks like for you tonight in Utah. It's been an awesome day, honestly, but it's been quite warm, and I did not want to, last time I come up here, I got too hot, and I got myself sick over it. Bad memories. But yeah, I could not. I had to grab all my gear and I just took off walking up the street so I could see it better. Wow. So again, this is facing east. Sorry it's breezy. But to my left, Nepicity. To my right, A2. And they're doing their dance. I wonder if Sam is listening. Hey, Sam. I'm sure he'll get around to this. If he's not, look at that. Wow, what is that? Things are passing directly above as well. Asteroids or aliens. I don't know. I would say asteroids. Wow, maybe I'm not too late. Oh, blue skies, nothing really. Okay, well that's because it's all here. Yeah, look at this. Wow. Neat. Maybe I'm just right on time. Maybe. I feel like I'm running behind though, because I couldn't find my water bottle. So, but earlier I took a picture. I feel like this is what I saw in my picture, actually. Can't wait to go back and compare because that is the location, and yeah, maybe it's the lead object, the leading asteroid. Can you imagine there just being an asteroid right there that big? I guess you don't even have to imagine, you're seeing it right now live. So yeah, oh man. So I'm not, well, of course, behind this is Ice Adam's moon in front of Ice Adam. In front of Saru, which is Saru is, what we're seeing back in here. back behind other planets, planetary objects. But this is, we're starting to see it all happen right here with Nipicity. Look at that. So this is far, far right of the suns for Nipicity. It's a super common location for it right now. And that's, I would say, boy, 80% of the time, this is it. Like this layout. Just go back in circles over and over again. And it, changes a little bit here and there, but not by much. Wow. It is filling in quite a bit, though. I think I was right on time. So we can see things before it probably whites out thanks to Uri. Uri is what creates a whiteout effect. And Uri is like right here. From here on. I don't know. It's quite enormous. And, I mean, look how striped that is even. I know Uri is striped, and that just so happens to be, what do you know? So, you can see how dark it is. Wait. Maybe that's the lead object. The size is right. So that's what I'm saying. I saw something in my picture earlier. I'll have to go back and look at things later. I'm curious. Look at that. It's just all this going on right there. Look at that. Because you got this, and then you got that. Two different colors. And you got something there. And that's dark. Something was right there. And that's interesting. And we know the green asteroid is that right in here, maybe? That's kind of usually where it is. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I bet you that is the lead object. Because look how it's like streaking upward. Just like Sam's drawing. His most recent drawing for September shows that. Lead object. And you got these, trails going back behind it in a upward curled motion, I might add. So it's very accurate. Golly, what in the world is that though? You see this? What is that? I am not really sure. Wow. Could it be something to do with a craft? Because it does have a very square shape to it. Actually, very cool. All right, let's go back this way a moment. Yes. Very Atu looking, honestly. Those clouds, that little stripe, all of that is just very signature Atu-esque, we'll say, okay? Atu-esque. And notice the color change, of course, how dark it is up here. Much lighter, darker planet, asteroids underneath. I would say Atu's moon is kind of like up and over in this area, most likely. Maybe it will, make itself a little bit more pronounced, but usually I'm facing south right now. Usually at sunset, Atu's moon is in the south. Atu in the southeast, Nipicity northeast, and then from here to the suns is all Isatum and your Saru. See how easy that is? Easy. Wow. I have to keep reminding myself, not everything is asteroids. A lot of this smaller stuff is connected to alien operated crafts. Like there's a lot of like little pie slices, little pointed pie slice. There's a lot of crafts out there showing up in pictures in that shape. And we know clouds don't make a shape like that by, traveling in fleets and such. Huh. Wait. Okay. It's still about the same. Wow, see how dark that, there's something there by how dark it is, and then you see how round it is. Too bad I can't put Sam's drawing up there right beside it. That would really reveal a lot. But we also are seeing all the asteroid activity here. See that coming in at a slant. Again, just like the drawings from here. The asteroids start here, and look, they wrap around. They just keep going, and they keep going until we get to about past A2. Like, look, it stops after A2. That's, the salamander asteroid group, which is, an infinite number of asteroids underneath these big planets. How cool is that? I decided to go with YouTube to go live because I could, have the choice to hold my phone horizontally. I feel like, let's turn it this way for a moment and see the tall view really quickly so you can just get a visual of both ways. But overall, you really can't see what's going on when it's just in tall only, I know you all know. If you're here, you're probably a pro. Probably. That's very, very Nibiru. I'm sorry, not Nibiru. I wish. Oh man, it's been so long. I was gonna say Nipicity. Very Nipicity here. But I don't. I haven't seen Nibiru in, I don't know. I don't remember when. Really. If it was even this year or not. That's what I'm saying. It's a long time since I can, think back about. But the last time I saw it, it was in that direction, same as Nipicity. So maybe it's back behind Nipicity. It's been so far out of the picture that it's not even been in the last drawing, It's just not, it's too far out there. Hey Dennis, how are you? SBMM is here. Hey, good to see you. Look at my sky. Look at it. It's about 6 p.m. I'm guessing, 6 o'clock. And like I was saying, it's been a great day for pictures, but it was too hot. It was hot. So I kind of kept peeking at it, keeping an eye on it. But the temperature has very much dropped. Like, it might rain or something, I'm guessing. Because of how cool it's gotten so fast. So, it's that time of year, y'all. It's gonna get cold next. Oh my gosh. I won't complain. I don't care. I just won't. I won't complain. Not after being hot. So yeah, look at all that dragging effects. You can see it in there. It as in asteroids. That's what's making all these little lines. How many planes have y'all counted? Have anybody? No. There's not been any planes out here. I've been out here for a little bit preparing and no. So wow, look at that. That is so interesting. all these lines. Wow, that's very unusual, honestly. Huh, wow, and those lines down here is very prominent. There's got to be some craft action happening in that. You know, it just looks too, perfect to be asteroids. I don't know. Okay, it's small again. So, you know, I mean, this has a lot of cube shape right there for sure. And we know Sam has a drawing actually that shows basically this with a rectangle shape here craft and a cube craft to the left. So it's always there. You know, those crafts are always there, but it just depends on how well we can see them. But there's no question how straight and sharp, you know, that is right there. I would say, yeah. Upper left of the suns at sunset, yeah. Cube craft. And then this, interesting. Definitely a feature. All of this vertical motion is for sure Ice Adam's yellow moon effect. Same thing, different day, somewhere else in the world. You know, it's hard to tell people that, but I try. I'm like, no, you don't get it. The clouds don't replicate. That's what they're doing. We're seeing the same clouds in the same locations compared to where our sun is, okay? So it always looks the same to the left of the sun and the same to the right. Anywhere in the world. So you know, it's not just regular clouds. At least from Earth. Haha, it's regular clouds from these other planets. Look at that curve. Oh my gosh, right here. I mean, that. Really seeing it well. Man. We turned around right in time. Okay, cool. Wow. Maybe that's, yeah, maybe actually as I look at it, Atu's moon is just right here in front. You see how it's coming down and there's something here, you know, something there. Well, Atu's moon can be anywhere really from directly in front of Atu as far as right by our suns. It can have the freedom to maneuver itself around. You know, I really can't tell. I don't have a way of, you know, foretelling where it will be, but I just know it can go in that range. You know, always to the left of the sun, so, okay. Look how illuminated that is too. I mean, that's got to be a thing for Saru. You know, we know Saru is the biggest planet in the binary system. It's one of the two planets that is inhabited. But it also, I mean, this is me talking, but it has so many similarities between Nepicity. Okay, long story short, what I'm getting at is Nepicity has a lot of illumination effect, like kind of like a greenish blue illumination at times, right? Well, look how illuminated this is. That's a very complicated way of explaining that. I don't know, but I'm just pointing it out because they're very much alike. Nepicity and Saru in a lot of ways. They have striped effects. They, you know, illuminate very much. Back to that vertical effect. Boy, I wish I had the ability to pull Sam's drawings up because he has multiple drawings that show this right here, you know, this vertical streaking effect. Again, no planes, none. Can you imagine a plane trying to do that, you know, everywhere in the world? Because that's what it would take. Every day, everywhere, they're gonna just spray in the same patterns. I mean, that would just be the only way, you know, this could be possible. And that's insane, you know, but you know that's not possible. So, you know, I know. I feel like, you know, we've proved a point a long time ago. I know Sam really feels that way. Just waiting for everybody to catch up. Poor Sam. But he's got the best patience of anybody, you know. Look at that curve. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is so ideal. You know, you see how curved that is, right, everybody? Yes. Awesome. Huh. I was thinking to one of Sam's drawings, when it's like this, the red asteroid is right in here. Okay, so that's what I was looking for. It's over to the left side of this scenario. Okay, Atu's moon in front of Atu. See how it's darker right there? So I'm assuming it's somewhere where it's darker. That's why it's darker, is because there's something there. I was thinking about Uri. It's like I've not seen just a ton of, you know, Uri, but then again, we are actually, you know, I mean, that's like a lot of what we're seeing, of course, is right here. Huh. I wish I had a watch on so I could see, keep track of the time. Just so I can start to keep track of, you know, how much time there is till it gets dark. I haven't been up here in so long because it's been too hot. But I really could not pass it up, as cool as it is. And look at that. I mean, look at the sky. You know, it's ideal. Neat. Wow, wow, you can really, now you can see the color change, like between that, see how dark it is, and that the slant that it's at, now that we're looking at it like that. That is definitely Isatum. Right there versus here. Coming down at a slant. Wow, you can really see it right this minute. Sometimes the lighting is just so, you know, for a moment or so, and then you can see it well. That's, yeah. Wow. Strange looking, doesn't it? Okay, so that's Isatum, and then its moon is like, let's see if we can find that. Like maybe that's the curve of its moon, you know, it's up high. Maybe it's definitely curved. And then Saru is like down here, like up just above the suns, you know. Yeah. Back behind everything else. How neat. Wow, 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 wow. And here I thought I missed it all. No, not really. I mean, ideally, I would love to just be up here all day. Right? Just have like, you know, infinite legs. Oh man, because I don't want to miss a thing, even though it changes by the second. I don't want to miss anything. That's why to me, time-lapse videos are so wonderful. You know, it makes it to where I don't have to miss anything. You know. Awesome. Wow, it's so. I'm like debating on, is it whiteout or not, though. It's not your typical whiteout because there's so much definition still visible, like a lot. Like we can plainly see I sat him. You know, we can see it's, yeah. Interesting. Thinking that's still the lead object, which means earlier I saw something that I have to go back and figure out. And it was like up here. Is it still there? Huh. It's in a picture I have from my back door at home. It's weird. It was really up high. Hey Michelle, I just now saw you there. Hey. And Rodney. Hey Rodney. Oh Dennis, you're awesome. Thank you. I'm happy you're here. I couldn't pass up on it. Part of me was like, wanting to just stay in and work on my video. I'm working on stuff for the show. And anyway, it can wait. So I'm like, this can't. This has to be now or never, basically. Uh-huh. And that feeling, I can't really see it from my house. I have to walk up here to see, and it would just be nagging at me. What did I miss? What did I miss? Yeah. Now I don't have to deal with that. I just gave in. I said, fine, let's go. Oh my gosh, what is all that? Look at that. Huh. Wow, that's interesting. I mean, we know these are asteroids, but I don't know which one. I know Sam, he would know. Is it the spiral? Usually the spiral's to the right of the sun, but I think he said it could be on both sides. And then that is something of its own also. Wow. Wait, I just now saw that too. That is creepy looking as heck. That looks ugly close up. I'm saying, I bet close up it's not attractive. Ooh, look at it. It looks too, I know. Whoever put the little eyes on there. Yeah. Oh, it's Dennis. Never mind. That's your name. Anyway, thankfully, we shouldn't have to. Hopefully the asteroids keep their distance. We'll say that. So, if they are electromagnetically repelling themselves like they're supposed to, and have been, and hopefully they just keep pushing themselves away, and we do not have any sort of touchdown. Wow, that's okay. Look at that. Just the whole texture, the color. Oh boy, that is strange looking. My goodness, wait till you put a filter on that. It's going to show so much. That's another reason why I chose to go live on YouTube, is so I can have a copy in case it was just amazing like this. Neat. Okay, so again, Saturn's moon right here in front of Saturn, in front of Saru, with a lot of, uh, wow, objects in front, asteroids and crafts. And then right about here is where Nepicity starts in again. It's crazy how they just blend one into the other like they do from our perspective. And like Sam always talks about how it's also hard to believe how close they're able to travel to each other. We're just kind of all together. Oh man, it's kind of blurry. Neat. You can still see a curve happening here. Honestly, I think this is from Atu, the outer curve, and this inner curve is from Atu's moon. I'm thinking, more asteroids straight above. Okay. Oh my. I'm wondering when I darken that what it's going to look like. Pretty cool, I would think, honestly, based on just what I can see. You know how you can always see things better when you look through your phone or the video recording of it versus just looking up at the sky, right? But even right now, just looking through my phone screen, I'm blown away. I'm like, that is crazy looking. All that scratchy, that cannot be a good sign. Scratchy is asteroids, basically. That's my scientific explanation. But that's what it means. There's just a lot of stuff moving around nearby. Wow. That's why it's like that. And then there's not a plane in sight. Hasn't been. I'm not seeing any today, actually. None. Wow. I was talking to people on our show. We have a show every Saturday, 3 o'clock Central, here on YouTube. And from what I see, they don't spray like that much anymore. Just an observation. I feel like, enough has already been done to, lay the suggestion down that all streaks are man-made airplanes trails, right? I mean, that's usually what we see the most. I'm in several groups on Facebook, and that's what I see comment-wise, but a lot of those comments are not real accounts, so you have to bear that in mind. Just because you see people commenting something over and over doesn't mean it's true. It just means there's a lot of accounts out there that are, dedicated to saying things that aren't true. Isn't that the craziest thing? It's like oh boy, it's kind of insanity. What? They wouldn't do that. I'm not here to talk about all that. I'm just telling you that's my experience. Look at all the, oh my gosh. There's more that I know. Like I said, there's a spiral. There's, oh no, I'm going blank on one of the asteroid names. There's several to the left. I can't remember all of them, but, oh darn. Oh, Casper. Casper has been to the low right. So I'm guessing it's in there somewhere. Casper. Neat. And I was just going to add that Casper has not been visible in years. It just started becoming a thing again a few months ago. But yeah, that's definitely a huge cluster of asteroids. And I'm sure, yeah, we know the long box cube is here. We know there is a cube. Oh, is that it? Yeah. I just started talking about it. Poof. That. You see it. Straight line. Tilted. Huh. Neat. There it is. Just like Christopher's. Very similar to his iconic cube video picture. Yeah. Very much the same tilt. Exactly. So, long box cube, where are they? Let's see. Am I just seeing it and not seeing it? Probably. Like, I wonder if that darkness in this area has... Sometimes you can be looking right at something and you can't see it. Yeah, wow. This has been awesome. I am so glad I came up here to get this. Again, the salamander asteroid group. There are times when these asteroids, they take on the shape of salamander. That's where the name comes from. Hey Marcus, how is the Netherlands? How are you? What time is it? I'm curious. I'm guessing it's like nighttime. I'm sure, actually. Let's see, if it's 6:30 here, I bet you it's like, I don't know, 1:30 in the morning. Hey David, wow, it's like a mini show now that you're here. Yep, here we are, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Pushing probably 7 o'clock, I don't know. But it's been awesome. It is, yeah, I've been having a good time. Yeah, 1:26, I guessed it. Sweet. I'm figuring everybody out over there. Well, I'm glad you found me when I was online. That doesn't happen all the time. Yeah. Just the sky looked too cool, and I couldn't sit still. I don't know. I told Taylor, my son, I'm like, I think I have pacing syndrome. I don't even think that's a real condition, but I identified it today. I couldn't stop pacing until I just got up here and looked at it. So, anybody else do that? I'd rather be up moving around than just sitting idle, basically, is a part of it. I can't hardly handle it. It sounds like I'm ADD, doesn't it? I don't know. I never found that out for sure. I wonder if that's Casper. I don't know. I'm saying the location is significant, okay? And it's something special. Yeah, new candy, Rodney. I know, exactly. This is it. If it's not this, then it's pictures and video. It's like constant stimulation of clouds. And, look at this, what this person got. Yeah, so trying to get some new videos made before Saturday, so gotta have something new to talk about, so only so many times you can watch the same video, even though Sam loves it. I love it too, Sam. I love it too, but it's time. Let's see. I wonder if Sam is watching. I wonder what he thinks about all this. I think he would say this is accurate. David said it. Oh, 28 in Scott. 28 what? 128? I bet it's 128. Yeah, I didn't even tell Jillian, or I honestly didn't tell anybody. Nobody knows I'm doing this. You guys. I didn't want to take the time to like, I didn't want to miss anything. So I just jumped on. Wow, look at that. There's actually, I mean, so much to see right here. Um, Gosh, when you think about it, all those little dark spots, but look, line, square shape, line, dot. You know, it's like, what in the heck is in there? Well, asteroids. That's the crazy part. There, wow. I know, especially if you know Sam's drawings, like most of you do, you know. Oh my gosh, you know right now what's happening, what you're seeing. Yikes. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm impressed actually with how the lighting is really just ideal. You know, it's casting at all the right angles, making, things just stand out really well. Like, what in the world is this? It looks like a little beehive. Little lines are, well, I mean, usually asteroids have lines like that, right? But I can't say I've seen this before. Sam, yeah, I'll have to ask him about that this Saturday. That's interesting, isn't it? Huh? Because the lines continue, and look how it's like a whole different color of gray. I don't know. It's just that whole fuzziness. Usually, yes, fuzzy appearance. I see fuzzy appearances happen, like especially when a cube is behind the scenes. But asteroids for sure too. But look how you got fuzzy, normal, fuzzy. Anyway, I would assume fuzzy just means like a lot more like traction or dragging. Again, that's just me based on what I see. Pretty cool. Wow. Okay, so again, this is where Nepicity is. So this is more the band underneath, and then we're starting to see its curve up here. See it. Cool. I'm sure if I could get back far enough, you could see it's even on a tilt. That's another thing for Nepicity is it's tilted. So, too bad. I need a drone. That's next. That'd be fun. Interesting little lines going through the sky. Look at that. Oh yeah, wow, okay. Oh my goodness. See that? With my finger would be helpful. Oh, nice. That is pinching, pinching, light pinching. There it is. I see two, Marcus says. Scraping sounds of close passes, right? Rodney? Yes, that too. Have you ever heard like the trumpet sounds? Like personally, I can't say I have to the degree like we, hear on those videos, and I'm surprised, as many times as I've been inside, to hear it, but you just never know. I think we're seeing, well, probably Uri. We're starting to see its edge right there, slanting that way. And that, you can really see Ceru's, I mean, barely, right? But there's a straight line. That's the edge of Ceru. Oh, maybe okay, let's zoom out. That would help. Sorry. I thought I was zoomed out. I was thinking, I know sometimes it gets extra golden late in the sunset, so it could happen. Wow. All that strange appearance and texture, and definitely still a cube shape right here, it looks like. You see that, right? Awesome, 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 awesome. Oh boy. I'm honestly just kind of blown away. When I'm looking at things like that just makes no sense. We know clouds don't look like that. Not clouds. I guess what I'm saying is I wish I could see up close what we're seeing. And, see what it really looks like. Yeah, wow. Very, again, typical of asteroids, all that trailing happening there, all of that, yes. That doesn't even look remotely like sea trails yet. On various posts, that's, what the majority of comments would say if this was out there. Hey Lori, how are you this evening? Here I am, outside finally. It's so nice. It's actually cool. Before I left my house, I turned my AC unit off in my room because I didn't want to come back. It's quite cool. I don't need AC. So I'm not gonna complain. I'm not, however cold it gets, you won't hear me complaining. Yeah, right. Yeah, back to Attu over here. Wow, again, just typical Attu, very blue. I don't know, there's something about Attu when it's close by. The skies are just this unusually perfect blue. It's hard to explain, to be honest. Okay, there are days where, in most days, there's usually like 2 or maybe 3 planets that stick out the most. It's like an Attu's Moon Uri day, or it's like a Isatum Ceru day. You know what I mean? It's rare to see just all of them, but we are seeing them all at sunset in a way. They just join around us. What I'm looking at is that. Is that the long box cube? Sometimes it does lay perfectly flat like that. Usually it's at a tilt, but hello. Hey, Michelle, yes, your AC is off too. Windows open, right? I. That's the one sad thing about where I live. I don't know what decade before me, but somebody painted the windows shut. So not all of them open, unfortunately. But I love that too, on the ones that do. Like, that's a terrible idea. Do never paint. Do never. Yeah, don't paint your windows shut. I feel like most people know better. What is that? A little zigzag, okay. Is that the green asteroid? It's special to me. You know? It does have a little bit of a green hue to it. Maybe. That's about the right location for it, too. It's like right at the sun, not far, not too far, but not really close either. It's, yeah. So to the right of the suns right now is green asteroid, the blue asteroid, Casper, and the spiral. Those are the ones, that we named. Of course, as you can see, they're just infinite asteroids. I'm sure we could name 100 more easily. Wow. Checking that out right there. That just looks like a huge, when I see that, I think of OCG, which stands for Object Cluster Group. Just a cluster or a group of asteroids. More. You couldn't open your windows much and text it, right? I can understand that. I doubt it would get that cool enough to really enjoy it. But I don't know. I mean, maybe, I'm sure eventually it would. I don't know. It's in the 70s where I am tonight. But the weather, shows plenty of 90 plus days still in the forecast over the next 2 or 3 weeks. And our weatherman, recently I saw him say that October, he expects it to be the warmest October ever recorded for Oklahoma this October. So, it's like, darn, we're not going to be off with, done with summer yet, basically. And, of course, y'all know about the two suns, in case somebody is hearing this and they don't know about that. But yeah, there is another sun. And we believe the other sun is actually what's facing Earth right now. And our sun is behind it. That is, what Samuel Hoffman believes. I believe based on, captures, pictures showing a much larger illumination in the front and a smaller one peeking out from behind in a lot of pictures. So at some point, the two suns flipped because it wasn't like that for years and years. Before, it was our sun in front of the binary sun. But it changed like last summer, a year and a half ago. This is really pretty still. And I'm looking at, here we got this, illumination there. What is that? More like, what asteroid is that? Because that's why you would see, other areas of the sky glowing like that, asteroids. That's starting to look more like Uri to me at this moment. I think it's because of all these little lines and such. That's a very Uri. Hey, Jason, Indica Land. Good to see you. Wow. Surprise. Here we are, Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's been really nice this evening. And I thought I missed it all. I thought I did. I really did. When I got started, I'm like, it's too late. What's the point? No, it's actually been awesome. Lots and lots of asteroids happening, but also a lot of defined curves, which is nice to see. Enjoyable. I enjoy it. It's like, yes, it made my trip up here worthwhile. Look at all that. That's wow. All that dragging, and again, I won't have to say it over and over anymore, but there has not been any planes out spraying, so you can't even begin to say or convince yourself of it being a sea trail. It's not. And clouds don't look like that, so you guys are pros though, you already know. Yeah, I know, Dennis. Isn't it? It is really a good evening, isn't it, for this? And yeah, I'm super glad that I decided to go with YouTube, because that way there will be a copy of this if I want to make a video, for instance. I can. TikTok does not allow that. It's just a one and done. Once you're done recording, it deletes, basically. You can see that there's, you know, that's where Uri is, I believe, if I'm looking at it right. But that is the slant area for Uri. That's what we're used to seeing, asteroids. Wow. Neat, wow. Like, what could that possibly be? Like, why would there be these two lines, you know, a line, and then it's got like these little ladder motion happening? Is that something to do with the long box cube again? I'm so confused. I keep seeing, you know, very square shapes. Or rectangular shapes, too. You only saw one sea trail this morning. Yeah, right? Well, I hear you. I mean, I can't even think of when or how long it's been since I've, you know, of course, I haven't been up here in a while. It's been too hot. But I do know I don't see as many as I used to, you know, that's for sure. I wonder what that is. See that? That's unusual. And that is too. I'm surprised I've not seen the skull asteroid more. I don't know, as visible as things are, but this is not the right area for the skull at all. This is to the right of the suns, and the skull is over here. It's over in here, up here. Is that him? See, normally you try to look for two dark dots side by side. That'd be crazy if that was him. Let's zoom in on him. What do you all think? I don't know. Let's keep looking. But yeah, that's kind of the indicator. Again, two dark dots side by side, which are the eyes. See the other two dots side by side? I don't. That's never been my strong point. Um, seeing the skull asteroid. I don't know why. I've always struggled. See, there's two dots here as well. Dot, dot. I don't know. Pretty cool though. Yeah, well, maybe. I don't know. I'm still thinking that has something to do with the long box cube. Maybe. Too bad I can't like catch Sam on here with us. I'm sure he would love to talk about what's happening. You know what? Maybe sometime I could do that through StreamYard. You know? You know how I get people to go live? You know, like Chris and Tara. I could just set it up, turn it on live, and then just take off and come up here. Yeah, there's nobody manning the ship at home, but that's all right. We'll have to try that sometime. We'll see. And then the benefit of that is then I could, you know, send Sam an invite link. He's going like, not again. I just talked like 10 hours the other day. Yeah. I don't know. I'm sure somebody would want to hop on here and say something. Maybe. Boy, it sure is looking pink. Now we know Atu is purple. We know Isatum is red. So those are the two options usually when something looks pink. It's coming from, you know, one of them. Saru is kind of a blue color. Yuri is like a gray blue. But yeah, you can tell there's a lot of like light pinching as well. I can see, you know, see the light, sunlight is pinched. This is why, you know, we do see pinched sunlight as well as, you know, like flickering sunlight. Same thing. It's flickering because it's being pinched. I like that. But those lines, yes, there are actually several going up. There's another asteroid. I'm curious which one. Does it look green at all? If it has a green shade to it, then, you know, green asteroid, maybe. But asteroids are striped most of the time like that. So just keep that in mind. You know, they make these little stripes because they're rotating, they're spinning, you know, and so you imagine if it's spinning and it's making a, you know, visual representation of its spin, then it's going to make these little, you know, swirls and stripes. I'm still like struggling to believe this is actually real. You know, I'm like, I'm like, I am talking about planets from another solar system that is so close that we can see, you know, by eye the asteroids, for instance. Is that visible? It's amazing. And hard to believe at the same time. I know. But it's pretty cool to be, you know, somebody that knows about it. You know, have you ever thought about that? Like, wow, I mean, how many billions of people in the world, and you're one of 12 people here right now that knows about it. Like, you know, hello. I don't know. To me, that does represent something. If not, then it's just still pretty cool. And that's pretty cool too. I'm enjoying this. Like, what is making an arrow shape? Really? And I'm still noticing the ladder shapes, you know. Not something I'm normally seeing, but I see a lot tonight. Lori says that would be fantastic. Well, I agree. Yeah. Oh, I don't know what time it is. I'm guessing, well, okay. It was almost 6 when I started, so I'm guessing it's almost 7. Or I don't know. I think I've been on here an hour and 5 minutes. And we're about to wind down. As you can see, yeah, the show is basically wrapping up. It's not quite as, you know, tantalizing as it was earlier. But still, look how purple cast. Look at this purple color coming in from this direction only. You know, and we know too, the purple planet is that way. So, it only happens when I get to that part of the sky. Pretty. Still very pretty. It's almost that cotton candy appearance. Still quite illuminated above the suns, which we talked about that being Saru above our suns. I wonder what the people on Saru think about all this. There's people on Saru and Nibiru, so they say. It's like, I wonder what if they know, or do they not know, or who knows. I would think it's not as well seen or felt. I don't know, with them being so much bigger, it just seems to me that it could possibly even go unnoticed. Maybe we're just a small moon that, you know, they don't understand. I don't know. It's crazy. And here we are hanging on for dear lives. You know, it's like, oh, right. That's not fair. It's still, this is very green looking. I'll just point that out too. You know, this is northeast. This is where Nipicity is. Nipicity is the green planet, and it is a very illuminated greenish color. And then this is where it was looking very pink and purplish over here. Yes. Neat. Yeah, it still is. How cool is that? Okay, what is this? I mean, you can plainly see dots with your eyes, as well as in here. See all those dark spots? Those are asteroids. Wow. Wow. That is weird looking in itself. That looks more like a craft around, with little crafts around it. See that? Try not to like jiggle it so much, but I don't know. It's just very flat, square shape with a trail back behind it. And funny looking little dark things around it. is strange. Wow. It's hard to believe that whatever that is so far away, but we can still see quite a bit of detail. It's like, for a moment at least, it changes so fast and then it's over. That's pretty. Really pretty. You can always tell, like, where planet up here, planet, and our sky. You know, our sky is always down here by the trees and power lines, and you know, there's always a defining edge between atmospheres, I guess you could say. And it's like that in all directions. Wow, look at that. That is pretty. That just happened out of nowhere. Whew. Northeast. I'm just thinking, I mean, what is that illumination coming from? What? Exactly. I mean, to me, it seems like it would have to be coming from, could it come from the sun still? I mean, maybe, probably. And I'm like, what is that? See, it's dark and it's got a trail behind it. Then you know something is there and it's dragging. So when you see dragging, look at the, front or the whatever, look at the end and determine which direction. But there's something there going this way, leaving a trail behind it. It's there, you can't unsee it. This is directly above. Strange looking, kind of cobwebby looking. Interesting. All that is, I mean, it's like a mixture of our atmosphere, and there's 7 planets total passing around from the binary system. There's 8 total. 7 are close by, and 1 is behind the 2 suns. And really, that one planet, Amaru, is what Sam says is holding the 2 solar systems together. It's like, in charge of it, the whole show, basically. So it's holding us all together electromagnetically. And sometimes we can see Amaru, and it appears as a halo around our suns, but not all halos around the suns is Amaru. So there are differences, and most of the halos we see are really caused by cutoffs, planets cutting into the sunlight, causing, a halo's effect, like Uri and Isatum at each side of our sun. But not very often do we actually see the Amaru halo, I'd say, as often. Boy, it sure is like white that direction, isn't it? Look how lit up that is still. That's why I was wondering. I was like, it was very cotton candy over here a minute ago. I was wondering if the illumination was coming from these planets. I mean, they do illuminate the planets as well. Planets, asteroids, moons, for sure. It just sure is glowing from my end. It's glowing. Honestly, in all directions too. Look at it. Look how it's glowing over here. I mean, we know why. I'm standing here acting like I don't know what's going on. Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, we know, like, there's, yeah. Yeah. Wow, 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 wow. Look at that. Too bad. Too bad it does not let me take screenshots while I'm live. That would be ideal scenario. But I'm just looking at that a lot. You know, that stands out the most to me. And, oh, wow. I don't know, just looking at all the different features. Look how hazy it is. Wow, and purple it is. Huh. It looks a little bit different on the screen than it does in real life. That's pretty cool. Like the phone is picking up the purple nicely. And then the purple kind of goes away. Still glowing. It's probably going to just keep doing that until it gets dark and it's over. Yeah. I'm wondering if tomorrow is going to be an ideal day. Usually what I notice is there'll be like 2 or 3 picture-worthy days, right? And then followed by, rain usually, and then maybe 2 or 3 days of clear skies. And then that's the cycle I notice. Yeah. Oh man, it's been so nice to come out here and get some fresh air also. Because, well, it's been so hot. I can't just come up. The last time I come up here, maybe you were on the live, I don't know. I felt terrible. I got way too much sun that day. Let's sit back one more time. I got way too much sun before I went live, and so then I got feeling very awful during the live. And for the next 2 or 3 or 4 days, I don't remember, felt terrible. Like sun sickness or something. Not kidding, it was not fun. So now I don't come up here at midday like I did. Because that never happened to me at sunset. Like now, I've never, I didn't think I could get home hardly that day. I was so turned around and dizzy. Isn't that pretty? That peach color. Now we know Isatum is red, and it is this direction. And look how red that is. Wow, that's so pretty. And you can really see a curve right here. That's got to be the curve, I would say, of the yellow moon. Yeah, right there. See that? Yeah, you can really tell. And of course, all of the accompanying asteroids. And, various different shades of illumination. We see dark gold and light yellow. Meaning, I would say, different things are illuminated. It's not just the sun. There's so much more happening. Gone across here. Kind of busy. There's like a hospital here and a hospital there. So busy. And then they want to build an apartment building in my field. An apartment building for people who have long-term, loved ones in the hospital. So I can't complain, but I am concerned. Where am I gonna go? Okay, I'm gonna turn the camera around and say hi. I swore I wasn't gonna do this. I'm gonna do it. Only because I wasn't prepared to be seen. But hey, everybody. I am not far from home. I still always have to take, one look backwards and see. Now there's been a few times where I had to turn around and go back up there because it was that cool. Let's do it this way too. Oh, that's nice. I don't know why it looks a little different from this way. I see Christopher just posted something in TikTok. I'll have to go check it out. Anyway, guys, it's been fun. Oh, now I can see your comments. That's right, Lori. I know, we're like the smartest 13, still 13 people. I know. I'm not bragging. As Sam would say. I'm not, but I don't have an explanation for it. How? Key figures, found each other. It's true. So, I'm looking forward to the show Saturday. I'm planning on making a special announcement if I can get everything ready in time. But, we have something to talk about, something new to announce. I don't want to blow it yet. So, Saturday, 3 o'clock. Be there, right? It'll be here before we know it. So, you know me, I'm going to go in and check on my kitty cats. Go look at little Mittens. She's feeling better. You may have heard that she didn't feel good, because she didn't, but she's feeling a lot better. So, I'm thankful. Because I was very concerned, cat mom. But anyway, I made it home safely, everybody. So, thank you for joining me. It's been a blast, and it was really special to, share our sky together, my sky. I'm anxious to go back and see time. So, anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, everybody. And until next time, I can't wait to see you all again. So